shop. You know the place. Well, anyway, life was going swell and everything was just peachy. Except for the fact that every single morning my mother would make me a big old bowl of sauerkraut for breakfast. Sauerkraut! Every single morning. It was driving me crazy. I said to my mom, I said, "Hey, Mom, what's all the sauerkraut?" And my dear sweet mother, she just looked at me like a cow looks at an oncoming train. And she leaned right down next to me. And she go check. Right a pair of claws. Said, well, in that case, what do you have? Says, all I've got right now is a box of 1 dozen starting crazed weasels. I said, okay, I'll take that. So he hands me the box and I open up the lid and the weasels jump out and they immediately latch onto my face and start biting me all over. Oh man, they were just going nuts. They were tearing me apart. You know, I think it was just about that time that little ditty started going through my head. I think it went a little something like this. So I ran down the street with these flesh-eating weasels all over my face, just running, waving my arms around like a constipated wiener dog. And as luck would have it, that's exactly when I ran into the girl of my dreams. Her name was Zelda. She was a calligraphy enthusiast with a slight overbite and hair the color of strained peaches. I'll never forget the very first thing she said to me. She said, hey, you got weasels on your face. That's when I knew it was true love. We were inseparable after that. Oh, we ate together, we bathed together, we even shared the same piece of mint-flavored dental floss. The world was our burrito. So we got married and we bought us a house and had 2 beautiful children, a ambulance, super glad. Oh, we were so very, very, very happy. Oh, yeah. But that one fateful night, Zelda said to me, she said, sweetie pumpkin, do you want to join the Columbia Record Club? I said, whoa! Hold on now, baby. I'm just not ready for that kind of a commitment. So we broke up and I never saw her again, but that's just the way things go. In Albuquerque, well, things really started looking up for me after that. It was about a week later I finally achieved my lifelong dream. That's right, I got a part-time job at Sizzler. I even made Employee of the Month after I put out that grease fire with my face. Oh yeah, everybody was pretty jealous of me after that. I was getting a lot of attitude. Okay, like one time I was out in the parking lot trying to move my excess earwax with a golf pencil when I see this guy Marty trying to carry a big old sofa up the stairs all by himself. So I told him, I said, hey, you want me to help you with that? And Marty, he just rolls his eyes and goes, no, I want you to cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw. So I did. And then he gets all indignant on me. He's like, man, I was just doing so nicely. Well, that's just great. How was I supposed to know that? I'm not a mind reader for crying out loud. Besides, now he's got a really cute nickname, Torso Boy. So what's he complaining about? Say, that reminds me of another amusing anecdote. I was out on the street when this guy comes up to me and tells me he hasn't had a bite in 3 days. Well, I knew what he meant, but just to be funny, I took a big bite out of his jugular vein, and he's yelling and screaming and bleeding all over, and I'm like, hey, come on, don't you get it? But he's been rolling on the ground, seeking and screaming. You know, completely missing the irony of the whole situation. Man, some people just can't take a joke, you know? Anyway, where was I? Kinda lost my train of thought. Well, anyway, I know it's kind of a roundabout way of saying it, but I guess the whole point I'm trying to make here is I hate sauerkraut. That's all I'm really trying to say.